Hi Sagittarius, I hope that you're all doing well. The first card that we have out is Hanged Man. This can be a time of discovery that you're going through currently. Seeing something here that's reminding me of changing of seasons. I'm also seeing justice. With Hanged Man and justice, this can mean that something coming into play in a way where it is adjusted in a way that it needs to, that may have been delayed here. So it can mean a deal being delayed. It can be reciprocity being delayed in some way. It can be a meeting that's delayed. It can be a relationship that's delayed. It can be like a consultation of some sort that's delayed. Something that is delayed in coming together. I'm hearing pushed off. This can even be a delayed information about something. I will say this as well. With Hanged Man and Justice, it can be trying to figure out like really the right way to go about something, and it can be a tricky situation. It can be difficult really to know how to approach this. There can be many reasons why this is difficult to do. When we have Hanged Man, it can be that like we're not seeing all of the parts truly, clearly, and because of that, there's not like a right order and a right way of doing things until we have a comprehensive understanding. But when the Hanged Man is there, we don't necessarily have a comprehensive understanding of something. So it can mean that things can't really be in right working order, that can't really be created unless what needs to be realized is realized. So until that point, it feels like really there can't be that balance there. There can't be that clearness of reciprocity, even though it feels like that's the intention of creating that. I want to create something that emanates this feeling of harmony. I want that to be the basis of this. Until we're understanding the pieces fully, truly, and clearly, it's nearly impossible for us to be able to do that because we don't understand the pieces, we don't understand the parts. When we understand the pieces and the parts, that's when we can set things up in the way that we want to. There's an understanding, a deep understanding here that's needed of the nature of things, and to see things as they are, not projecting what we want them to be. And that's where Hanged Man can come in. Anywhere where we're avoiding, anywhere where we are escaping, anywhere where we want to see what we want to see over what actually is, these are all things that can get in the way of things being set right and of action being taken in an effective way. I'm seeing Two of Wands, I'm seeing the Lovers, and I'm seeing the Devil here, which can mean that something's going on within a relationship, but having the Devil there can be I feel like it's something where there's not clear communication. Like, this even feels like a relationship that rather than you moving freely into it and this person moving freely into it and it's like aligned and it's in flow with things, having the Devil there feels like something else is bringing this together, and it doesn't feel like it's this actualized free will. Like, this doesn't feel like it's coming from a place where there's a higher understanding of what's going on here. This can be like programming that brings a relationship together, and that's keeping something together. With the Devil there, this is something that's binding the relationship with the Lovers there. Something that's binding the relationship, but it can be, it's like you love blue outfits, okay? And so you're looking at this person and you're like, I'm with you because I love your blue outfit. Meanwhile, they're actually wearing a yellow outfit. But because of wanting to, it's like choosing something and saying that's what I'm attracted to, but it's like not even actually what's going on here. It feels like being drawn to something and being like, this is why it's compatible, or this is why I'm involved in this, this is why it's supposed to go together, when really it's the devil there that's bringing that. And the devil means too that we're trying, we're seeking something, but when the devil is there, it's like it kind of looks like it, but you're not going to find that deeper satisfaction because it's not legitimate. And having Hanged Man there can be not seeing this. It can be not fully realizing this because there's something going on here where there's not a total presence and there's not a true looking into it, which this energy can be worked with if you are willing to see through what's going on here and see clearly what's happening here. But you have to be in a place where you want the truth more than anything. If you do not want the truth more than anything, fantasy will take hold here, and the ways that we can delude ourselves into believing things, and it's not based off of us perceiving things accurately. It's us perceiving things, but not perceiving things accurately. So having this energy here, it can be like, of course these pieces are supposed to go together. This feels very faded, and instead it's like very karmic what's going on here within this situation. This means too, with the devil there, it doesn't come from a place of love. It comes from a place of wounding as well. It doesn't come from a place of I'm seeing things clearly. It comes from a place of projection. So there's immense subjectivity here. Wow, we got some heavy hitters. Having Neptune, having the devil, we also have the Death card. I feel like this fantasy, Hanged Man and Death, this fantasy is coming to an end. Also, too, whatever it was that was like getting in the way of you, blocking whatever was getting in the way of you seeing things, this is coming to an end now, and I'm seeing you're really seeing things for what it is. But you may not have been seeing it before. It may have been something that was, it feels like a blind spot of sorts with the devil. Like an Achilles heel of some sort. Okay, so that may have been the initial take of things. I'm seeing that you're in a spot where you're recognizing now, but it didn't feel like that was going on initially. And it could have been very confusing what to do in this situation too, because you could have been like, I think that I'm seeing everything, meanwhile not seeing everything. Then when you start seeing things truly as they are, you're like, how was I missing this? It feels so obvious after the fact. Like you and them together here, what's been going on, what's been keeping this together. So the devil has been the glue binding this together, it seems. Having that Death card, it's like it dissolves that tethering. And I'm seeing you, like your heart and your mind are very balanced here now, I'm seeing. But yeah, when you were going through it, it may not have felt like that by any means. This could have also been having you be like, I'm trying to create this, I'm trying to manifest this with this person, and then like it wouldn't materialize, and it's because of not seeing things clearly. But now that you're seeing that, I feel like you're understanding why things weren't working and why things weren't, it's like you need truth in order to bind things truly without having to like physically hold it together, like metaphorically hold it together. But when the devil is involved, it's like you think that those pieces go together, but it actually has you standing there holding it together, because if you don't do that, the whole thing is going to fall apart, because those pieces don't work like that. what are you going to do about this now? Seeing that there's a decision that needs to be made. Maybe for some of you, you don't know what the right move is, like what's appropriate, it feels like. I think this more so has to do with your own feelings about this, like your own assessment here. Let's say this too. This can be you being in a relationship and there being something that you weren't seeing within the dynamic, and it can be like something that was actually a big problem, but it was not being recognized before. And I feel like after the fact, because we have, after the Devil, we have the Death card. So this feels like whatever that nonsense was that was going on there, you can now see everything very clearly. And in you seeing things very clearly, I feel like you're seeing that things had like a much bigger impact than you were realizing when you were in the middle of everything. It feels like not having that insight when you were going through it, but you come out and then just looking at everything that had been going on and seeing what was going on and the influence that this had had on the relationship. So now with the Death card, it feels like that instance of things that has come to a close. Whatever that was happening, something big has shifted here, something big has changed. So then we have King of Swords, which feels like all of your ability coming back to be able to read this situation here clearly. But then having Two of Swords here, you can feel like you're stuck a little bit. And you're in a spot where you're like, well, I could go this way with things. I could go that way with things. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. And you can feel even like, I'm seeing a twist tie. It feels like something is twisted up. And even though when you take those two ends of the twist tie and you have those, it's still linked as one. So something can be appearing actually as two different things when actually it's just two different ends of that same thread. But I'm seeing it be a little bit twisted. And so you can feel stuck in that moment. I feel like you have to unravel this in order to fully see. And it's something mentally, it feels like that needs to be understood. Okay. Is there a proposition that's coming through? You can make a plan with this person. It feels even like you could possibly try to work things out with this person, but I'm seeing it's your choice. Let's say it like this. Let's say you went through something with a person, you felt like things went in a direction that I'm getting the word haywire coming through. Okay, so it's like this. You found yourself in a situation that was difficult to understand as you were going through it. After the fact, you see things very clearly. Now it seems like you're in a position where this actually can be returning. So with that Magician and the Two of Swords, this feels like a choice of, this may be something that you can leave altogether. This can be something where you possibly go back into a position of trying to work things out with this person again. And I'm seeing a plan that can be made, but I'm also seeing the Two of Cups. And you know, actually, what this looks like to me is that this hesitance on your end is coming from a place within you that doesn't want to go back into this cycle again. Because I feel like this is going to be a repeat for you if you go back into this situation. Because you've changed in a really big way. You've, like, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, there are shifts that you have gone through at this point. And I feel like you know in your mind and in your heart, when you get them on the same page, they're telling you the same thing here. And it feels like it's telling you no. Because I'm seeing that there could be a plan you could act on, going back into a situation, trying to work things out again. It feels like trying to work with this person again. But I'm seeing the Devil and I'm seeing Queen of Swords, and this feels like needing to see clearly that there may still be some like karmic underpinnings, meaning there may still be some magnetism between you and this person. There can be something that you feel like draws you in, but it's that same thing from before. It's not something different this time. It's the same situation with them. So even though things may be slightly different as far as your approach, it feels like it will very much be a repeat of that same angle with them. Here, you know this time and time again. That's where this hesitance is coming from on your end, because it feels like this is being laid out on a silver platter for you. Like you can indulge in this, you can engage. At the same time, it feels like you're going to be putting yourself back into the same situation that you got out of. And like, have you not realized what you needed to realize here? Have you not seen what you needed to see here? I do get the sense with Justice and Three of Pentacles, you can be like, maybe we can get it right this time. But I'm seeing something go on where intuitively, this is feeling like a no. Like you're getting a yellow light here, strongly. When you get a yellow light, it is that moment of hesitance saying, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe not right now. Because I'm not saying it's a hard no. It feels more like, if there's a part of you that's not like immediate yes, this may be something that it's not the time to be doing this. So I'm not saying never. And also too, you can go into this and do it. It feels like it's going to be a very similar situation from everything that I'm seeing. And it may start different, but I'm still seeing the devil be there. It hasn't gone away. And so there's still something going on within the dynamic where it's going to lead you down a karmic direction with you and this person, and I don't think one that you're going to want to be involved with. Like, if you chose to get involved in this and you could zoom back in time to this moment, you would choose differently. At the same time, you don't need to take my word for it. If you tune in, this is what you're going to feel. Also, too, you don't have to listen to what your intuition is telling you. You don't. It's looking out for you and leading you in the direction actually of what you want. Sometimes there are difficult calls that we need to make in order to follow that, but if we're trusting that and honoring that, we don't find ourselves in situations like this. So I do get the sense that this is being brought back up, saying you can go back into this if you want, but don't go into this thinking it's going to be a different situation, because it's going to be a very similar situation. I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same, but as far as the themes, it will be very similar to what you experienced before. Because it feels like you'll just come back to this spot again. And you get to choose now at this point if this is something you want to repeat or not. You can go back around the merry-go-round again, or you can say, like, I want to get on a different ride completely. This isn't something that I want to do. So, but you're going to have to access denied here. There may be this part of you. It does not come from a place of pure love within your heart that feels drawn into this situation. That's what it's going to cultivate. With the devil, it comes from a different place within you that is not a pureness of love within you. It's not a pureness of self-love. It's not a pureness of love towards this person. It comes from somewhere else within you. This is unresolved stuff that comes up with the devil. That's what creates that magnetism. It's that karmic attraction. It's that polarity that's there. It's stuff within you that has not been neutralized. But also to know that if you go back into this situation with this person, there's even whatever way you go in, you're always going to learn from it if you're willing to. So you can go back into this. It may not be what you think it's going to be ultimately, but you'll learn a lot about yourself. You can learn a lot more about yourself. You can learn a lot more about this energy. It's not going to turn into something functional, but if that's not, like there are other reasons why we go into things. So it feels too like, just know that's where this hesitance is coming from. Your guides being like, tapping you on the shoulder, saying it's going to be going around the merry-go-round again with this person. If you decide to do it, you don't have to. You can return this. You don't need to do this again. And that magnetism is not coming from your intuition, that you're feeling drawn into this situation is coming from something else. So just know that, okay? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I'm seeing Gemini, Capricorn. Some of you are dealing with another Sag. I'm also seeing Scorpio here and Libra. And I'm seeing Neptune. So you may very well have a Neptune contact with this person, like probably a hard aspect that you have in your synastry with them. Or there could even be something going on within the Neptune in your chart that makes these situations somewhat complicated and difficult to discern. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.